Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for joining us for Fox 51. I'm Kara Pritchard. It was a cloudy and warm Thanksgiving day, but most of the showers held off until this evening, and we still haven't had really any stormy weather. But Scott says that will change as we head deeper into the holiday weekend. Here's your Fox 4 forecast.
Yeah, that's right, Kara. This is kind of just the beginning of the shower activity, and probably won't be a whole lot more tonight, but it's going to start ramping up tomorrow. Fox 51 live Doppler sky watch on this Thanksgiving night. We're seeing some showers in the air between Henderson and Longview and up around the Quitman area, a little bit of rain. This patch moved through Tyler here within the last 30 to 45 minutes, an area that's now in eastern Smith County, northern Rusk County, and heading into Gregg County, but not all that impressive. Now, most of the really heavy rains back in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and beyond. There's a strong cold front that's approaching that area. Now, as we take a look at some of the rain totals, 0.04 Tyler pounds, 0.20 in Athens, most areas with less than a quarter of an inch, but heavier amounts to the west. Some areas around Brownwood, almost 2 inches of rain. Temperatures around 70 still. It's warm. 70 Tyler, 69 in Longview. But there's the cold front, which is past Oklahoma City and just now past Wichita Falls, and it's going to move slowly but steadily. It should get here probably early tomorrow afternoon. And look at these temperatures now down to 38 Oklahoma City and 30 in Amarillo. We won't get cold enough for ice or snow here, but we will have a chilly, nasty rain, especially later tomorrow and on through Sunday. So the scattered evening showers, and then tomorrow it starts turning colder late in the afternoon, and the shower storms start picking up late tomorrow. We'll talk a lot more in a few minutes.
Thank you, Scott. The Purple Pig may be known for its barbecue, but today they served a Thanksgiving feast. From 11 to 3, people enjoyed a traditional meal with friends and family. All of the proceeds went to the Texas Wounded Warrior Foundation. It was an opportunity to raise money for the important organization and eat, drink, and be merry. There was also live country music by a Nashville recording artist. The Wounded Warrior Foundation will use these funds to reach out to warriors in the Tyler area.
During Thanksgiving and Christmas, we try to locate as many wounded warriors in our vicinity as we can, and we give them gift cards so that they can buy, and at Christmas time, get gifts for their kids, as well as the warrior and his family.
The manager of the Purple Pig said raising money for this foundation is the least they can do for the men and women who have sacrificed their lives for our country. Every year, people who can't provide a Thanksgiving meal for their family have a place to go. The Salvation Army in Tyler hosted its annual Thanksgiving meal today from 11 to 1. Thousands of men and women of all ages from all walks of life were able to have a home-cooked meal. Volunteers helped serve, clean, and organize the dinner. The Salvation Army also worked to feed those that were not able to come.
Our cook has prepared 1,200 meals for today, including some meals that are going to be going out to fire stations and different police stations and that sort of thing.
Children also performed worship music while everyone enjoyed their meal. And they may not be with family, but U.S. troops are still getting a taste of home this Thanksgiving. The Department of Defense says this year it shipped out about 52,000 pounds of turkey to bases around the world. It can take up to 3 months for the supplies to arrive at some remote locations. We tend to blame the tryptophan in turkey on our need for a post-feast nap, but actually it's a myth that it makes us sleepy. Tryptophan is an amino acid found in turkey that the body needs to make serotonin, which is associated with good sleep. But turkey doesn't contain any more tryptophan than other poultry and actually has less than chicken. Experts have another theory for the annual Thanksgiving nap. It's more likely an overload of carbs found in bread, potatoes, and stuffing. Combine that with the possibility of losing a little sleep to prepare a big meal, and yes, you've earned the right to be sleepy. Your Thanksgiving feast may be over, but it's likely you have plenty of leftovers. It's also possible that you may have a few pets who enjoy the holiday just as much. I know I do. Just make sure they don't eat something that will make them sick. Many dogs suffer from nausea and other stomach-related issues this time of year. Vets say it's best to not let your animal have any of the leftover holiday food. Also, refrain from giving them the bones left over. They are very brittle and pets can choke on them. And while you're piling on the gravy this Thanksgiving, many people also pile on the food guilt and feel that they have to make up for it. The last thing we want to think about is working out on Thanksgiving. No way. But some local experts say we don't necessarily need to do so to make up for the extra calories we eat on Turkey Day. If you are fairly healthful, your body will adjust to the added intake. Also, don't step on the scale and freak out. Just continue your normal workout routine and stay on track. Now, something to keep in mind, be smart with the grease and leftovers from the holiday dinner. Remember, it can clog drains and damage disposals. The extra food and visitors can really take a toll on your plumbing. Local plumbers say in the past they've had around 8 to 15 house calls on Thanksgiving Day alone, usually from kitchen sink drain stoppages. Make sure to throw away grease or any half-eaten solid foods you don't want. Many people are hitting the stores or about to begin their long Black Friday journey, but before you begin, you may want to keep a few of these ideas in mind. The first thing to do is, of course, plan ahead. Know what stores you want to go to and what time they open before you head out. Ask about the store's return policy if you're unsure about a purchase. Lastly, hold on to all receipts and check on your accounts regularly. This will keep you alert to any fraudulent charges. And Black Friday is almost like its own holiday. Shoppers are already lining up to get the big deals. Fox's Keep That Haul has the details on what stores have to offer.
The latest Wallet Hub report says the stores offering the biggest discounts for Black Friday are JCPenney, Kohl's, and Groupon. Best Buy is number 20 on the list, but that hasn't stopped this crowd from camping out. Nick Resentio has been urban camping outside of Best Buy since Friday night.
If you're not first, you're last.
He tells us he watches Netflix and Hulu to pass the time before those doors open.
The really good deal is the 49-inch TVs for $150 and the 24-inch TVs for $80 and the $10 cell phones.
But none of this stuff is for himself.
Yeah, I already have whatever I want and my family has whatever they want. We just want to give back.
He is choosing to donate all the electronics he can get his hands on to a charity called Castaway Kids, an organization dedicated to helping school kids in Mexico.
It's pretty much about helping people. That's what it's all about, and that's what Thanksgiving's about, is being appreciative, you know?
A lot of people are in it for the electronics. However, according to Wallet Hub, electronics are the 5th worst thing to buy on Black Friday, which is an average 17% discount. The number 1 items to buy? Books, movies, and music. That's about a 28% discount. Best Buy has been setting up for Black Friday for the past 2 months.
All the big ticket items, we try to have those presented in a way where people don't have to trample over themselves to get to it.
As for the prices, he says,
we're going to try to give you the best deal in town. Of course, you know, we already have a lot of our ads online, so I can't give you any pricing or anything of that sort, but a lot of our specials are going to blow your mind.
And as you're shopping for toys and stocking stuffers for the family, you might want to be on the lookout. The Trouble in Toyland survey from the U.S. Public Interest Research Group looked at more than 200 toys sold at major retailers and dollar stores. The takeaway, not as many toxic toys were found, but there were still some flagged as dangerous. Most notably, Disney Pixar products such as Cars, planes, and various Finding Nemo toys. To see more, head over to our website, myeasttex.com. Coming up after the break, a Houston couple is facing charges in the death of a 1-year-old child. We'll give you the details on the case. And later, we'll take a look at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade balloons. That and more when Fox 51 News at 9 returns. Holiday travel season has kicked off. All across the country, travelers are making their way toward home and family. DFW International Airport in Dallas is bustling, just like most major airports on Thanksgiving. They estimate 1.89 million passengers will come through the airport over the course of the holiday. The recent terror attacks in Paris means that security is especially tight. But even though lines were long, travelers were in good spirits.
I'm a little concerned, but not that much, because I think we do try to do a good job of checking bags and everything in the United States, so I'm not as concerned. I think with the heightened awareness that they will be checking more things, so I'm pretty comfortable with traveling.
Officials recommend that travelers arrive at the airport at least 2 hours early just to make sure they can get through security without missing their flight. A Houston couple is facing charges in the death of a 1-year-old. The child died in an oven after the couple left several young kids home alone. Reporter Mia Shea spoke to the victim's family about the case.
Clad in orange jailhouse uniforms, Raquel Thompson and Cornell Malone heard the charges against them this afternoon.
Each of y'all have got warrants out for your arrest for endangering children cases.
The boyfriend and girlfriend are accused of leaving 4 children home alone a week ago while they went to go get pizza. By the time they got back, prosecutors say the youngest, little Jaizera Thompson, was severely burned. Investigators believe her 3-year-old siblings put her in the oven. The children's great-grandmother still can't believe what happened.
Kids will play with those knobs. I have seen my little kids messing with those knobs. But I always stay on. You got to constantly watch kids when they're that age.
The father of the 3-year-old siblings say his concern isn't about his ex-girlfriend getting arrested. It's about the well-being of his kids, now in foster care.
It's just about the children. It's not about me being upset or angry with her or nothing like that. She have to deal with what she have to deal with.
Frederick Price has a court hearing scheduled next week for his children's custody. Meanwhile, Thompson and her current boyfriend Malone have their own court dates to face 4 charges of child endangerment. As for their great-grandmother, nothing will bring little Jaizera back.
It's a sad, sad, sad situation. And I don't want to cry. I'm tired of crying.
Court documents say Thompson is 8.5 months pregnant and Cornell is the father of the unborn child. Besides the 4 children she left home alone, Thompson also has an older child who lives with their father. Groups who help resettle refugees in Texas have been targeted and discriminated against. This following Texas Governor Greg Abbott's push to block them from entering the state. In the wake of the terrorist attacks in Paris, the governor says it's the only way to ensure the safety of Texans. English classes for refugees recently resettled in Texas were half empty this week. The teachers say their students, mostly women and children from Iraq and Afghanistan, are too afraid to leave their homes because they are or could appear to be Muslim.
We have to put our fear aside. We can't just be afraid of people because we don't know them, because they come from a country or from a religion that is unfamiliar to us.
We've been hearing stories of harassment, we've been hearing stories of possible job layoffs, and that's of great concern to us.
Governor Abbott cited the FBI's own admission that they could not accurately screen all 10,000 Syrian refugees scheduled to come to the U.S. for ties to ISIS. On average, the security screening process takes about 2 years. After the break, Scott will let us know what to expect in our weekend Fox Forward forecast. You're watching Fox 51 News at 9.